I win CrossFinals. I'm going to Kesper Cup solid. I want Neve to be trembling. Rogue and Zest, I want them scared.
I'm sure they're all trembling. But he definitely still wants to make that point.
This is the point you want to make. You don't want to lose here to Dark. That raises questions to everybody. So much on the line for him here, I think, pride-wise, and you can see he's feeling it.
Yeah, feeling the pressure. Let's go into game number 4 on New Gettysburg. Welcome to New Gettysburg. 2-player map down at the bottom right in the red. He's on match point. We're going to the finals of the CrossFinal. It is Dark.
And down here to the bottom left in blue, defending GSL champion, it is Dark. I'm sorry, I said Dark, I meant ByuN. I was freaking out because the light just turned on like really bright. Like I feel like I'm on the surface of the sun right now. I feel my skin getting hotter.
We basically are. Okay, they turned it down a bit.
There we go. Sorry, I said Dark, I meant ByuN. Looks like the lights are fine now.
She really wants ByuN to win. Oh, look at this. Gonna take a sneaky third.
This is a mind game. He wants ByuN to think he's one-basing, perhaps, that he's going for another Roach attack. I think that's the idea here. Let's see if ByuN takes the bait. He will Reaper, he will Scout. Oh no, he's just gonna double hatch before pool.
Oh, there you go.
I hear that Kanata ooh behind me.
Yeah.
And gas before pool as well. This is not what I expected once I saw the third. I guess this is kind of really mind gaming. I'm trying to like really figure out exactly like to the pinpoint what the benefit of this is, because there's obviously a lot of benefits you can argue, and I'm trying to figure out like the exact.
You're saying taking the third first?
Yeah.
I mean, you get your creep out there. You can get the queen over there faster, defend a bit better there, because the natural is always going to be closer to your main.
Yeah. Also, you can throw the Terran off for what he's thinking about doing. As we see a 2-Rax build coming out, this is actually pretty crazy, the situation we have here. Now the Reaper will come and scout this. Pretty much immediately ByuN will reason there's 2 possibilities as to why this hatchery is this late. It's some sort of weird tech build where they got tech like a Roach Swarm before the hatch, he's just gonna rally Roaches. So he's gonna go to the main and scout that first. The other possibility is it's a quick third. Now, looks like he, instead of scouting, he's scared and goes home with the Reaper to defend his CC because he thinks Lings are coming.
He thinks Lings are out already. He doesn't see the timing of the pool because he just sees the timing of the hatchery and it looks like a late natural. Right?
So this is a clever mind game. The other possibility he knows, like he's definitely considered this, is that there's a third hatch. He's checking his third hatch location at the next to his base just to make sure it's not a proxy hatch. That's not Sue in the booth. And then now he's like, okay, well, it must be a fast third if Lings don't come over anytime soon. So even though this was scary for a moment, like I think ByuN now understands what is happening, but he was safe instead of greedy. If he scouts the third base, like, oh, okay, I get it. But he made sure he had the Reaper home just to make sure. If you pool Lings, because if you could have been pooling Lings, like 14 Lings, if you're pooling Lings, then you're not going to take the bridge, which he scouts. So he's like, oh my god, what if Lings are coming the long way around right now? I need my Reaper home right now. So he sends it home, checks the proxy hatch location. Now he knows everything. He's ruled out all the possibilities in his mind. But still, Dark gets ahead as a result. He gets away with this, and very mind gaming. So we're wondering what the exact advantage was. We kind of saw it come out there. We saw it kind of come together.
I mean, if he had known that the pool was that late, he could have just gone into the main. He could have harassed the drones. One of the scary parts of going for that build is having the Reaper come over, which is a very common thing for a Terran to do, is make a Reaper to scout. But if you have no Lings, you can even do a bit of harass. So he misses out on that, and he gets that third base very fast. Now, ByuN is going back to his, very basic, ByuN style that he did a ton in the past, especially in his Star League Challenge matches. I think he did it every single game against every race. He just always started with 2 racks, fast stim with the double drop, 16 Marines. Very powerful build.
Very Wings of Liberty-esque, it's old school, but it's very powerful. He beat Sue with it as well in Season 1. which surprised a lot of people because everyone knew ByuN was playing well in the Lima League and he was up and coming in Legacy, but no one expected he was just suddenly going to pop out of nowhere. That was a huge upset, but it was with this kind of style. And it punishes a Zerg who's reliant on queens and not on banelings, and that's kind of what we're seeing from Dark so far in the series. So it's a good adjustment from ByuN. If you don't have banelings, queens usually they transfuse, they buy you a few seconds, but then you just fall apart versus this much pressure. It's not about this; it's about the next push.
Yeah, it's the timing. You know, he needs to keep all of his queens together. He has 6 in total, only 5 over here. ByuN gets everything out. That's the first step. Looks like the Reaper is going to go down. Not really a big deal. But now he's going to move in towards that third.
The creep we were talking about, so important. Spread here because he has that third base. There's that queen there. So this is connected. The queens can get here, which is a bit unfortunate and frustrating here for ByuN. Still a strong push, but every second he buys is great. The Baneling Nest is nearly done. And that creep spread saves him here. The queens get there immediately. He can't find the damage he was looking for. The follow-up push is the scarier one for sure because he has more medevacs. But by that time, Banelings will be done. Can he hit with +1/1 before Baneling's speed? That's definitely an option he has, but he doesn't know. He doesn't have all that information.
Here we go. Push coming in once again. He gets the surround and forces ByuN back once again.
Not a single Marine dies. Very important. Defends his third. Kills Overlord. Drop Overlord taken out as well.
Dark made 6 Overlords when he got supply blocked from that one Overlord being sniped, so that's why he was, what, 80 of 130 there for a second?
Yeah. This Overlord is still a drop Overlord, can be used later. That's why the Widow Mine is placed. ByuN is doing everything in his power to waste clean energy. He is trying to keep the energy low by forcing him to remake these tumors while also, fighting the queens, forcing a transfuse to be used there. The follow-up push we're talking about, the 1/1, the combat shields. He wants to hit the 4th base, he wants to hit hard.
Yeah.
Baneling's speed, halfway done. It's going to finish around the same time this 1/1 does. I don't think ByuN is going to super commit to the attack. I think it's just going to continue to pressure. But Dark is in a really good place. At his third base for so long. Didn't lose a single worker to that pressure. Didn't lose a single queen, really.
The only thing is that he doesn't really have that high of a drone count. He's like just barely saturated on 3 bases. He's not going to be able to saturate that 4th very easily. And, I mean, that's part of what this build from ByuN forces you to do. I mean, look at this. If you're not ready, you can snipe a couple of queens and back off. You know, he loses 1 Marine and he gets so much value. He stops the creep, kills 2 queens, and backs off once again.
Baneling speed finishes, though. This is not going to be as effective from now on. And Dark looks poised to attack with these Banelings, 23 of them in this mix. And he's coming over, 16 more.
Whoa.
It's starting to look like true here.
Does ByuN have enough stuff? That's the real question now. I think he needs to evacuate this third, and that he does.
He lips it. All right, ByuN's CrossFinal life on the line here. He holds. He loses mining. He loses 10 SCVs. Oh, now he's moving out onto the low ground here, trying to fight this. He's got a tight wall here. I think he needs to chase. Go for those Banelings. Yeah. Keep trading. And he's doing it. The micro is incredible.
This is ByuN. You got to be careful when you're going Banelings against this guy.
And now he's unlocked with that trade. He's unlocked power to push. He's unlocked the power to counterattack with the army advantage he has. Will he use that potential? Looks like he's just going to drop instead. He can gather up a few more forces and wait for 2-2. But that was definitely a good exchange for ByuN. He lost 10 SCVs, but like you mentioned, Dark was on low econ. Now he needs to get his econ restarted. He needs to make a few more drones, saturate that 4th base, and hold on to it. Very even game at this point, I'd say. Anyone could take it.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, I said it before, I definitely have faith in Dark's very late game versus Terran, and that's exactly where we're going. You know, I feel like the early build from ByuN just did not do enough damage. Dark was able to hold it off. Like, he killed 2 queens, he had a couple of decent trades, but the fact that Dark didn't really take any damage was, really great for Dark. I guess it would have been better if he went, like, full econ mode after that instead of trying to go for the counterattack. That's why you were saying that kind of evens it up a bit once again. But now we're going to super late game, right? Hive is coming on the way. We're going to have Ultras. It seems like, ByuN wants to push before that, though.
Oh boy, the Widow Mine's in position. The medevac pickup here, there's only 1. He has to kite as much as he can, burrowing these Widow Mines. The Zerg retreats. The last of those Widow Mines cleaned up. A scary moment here. All right, let's talk about the real story here. The hourglass is ticking because the Hive is halfway done, and I feel like ByuN is confident to challenge Dark's late game, as you were mentioning, challenge the Ultras, but oftentimes in this meta in Korea right now, Ultras are like the GG. When they come out, you struggle to deal. Even if you have 20 plus ghosts on an open map like this, Dark has won against this player specifically twice already in late game with ghosts. And if ByuN wants to try it again, I worry for his future in this CrossFinals because Dark is just so incredibly good at managing those Nidus networks, which also gain value on this map. He can even use them to take the islands. I mean, if I'm ByuN, I want to end this game now. I don't want it to go late.
Yeah, you don't want to see Ultras. I mean, that's the first step towards, Terran's greatest fear in this matchup. It may just be the Ultra itself, but letting him get there is something you never want to do. And he's breaking down the rocks. He wants to hit the fourth.
He's coming in hard. Marauders at the front. Just added 4 more tech labs for more Marauder production on barracks back at home. You can see that production already. Not very good. Baneling hits it. Oh my goodness, those Zerglings! At least he saves the Banes. Or does he? Not really.
For a second before they all get sniped.
There is nothing left here for Dark. This is game over. We're going to a game 5. That's it for his whole army. Oh no, the Baneling trap though. Oh. That could have turned things around, but not enough indeed. ByuN has done it. I don't think he realizes how ahead he is.
He doesn't, I don't think. He snipes so many Lings and Banelings, though.
He doesn't realize how ahead he is. He starts +3. He's giving Dark more time. He's giving Dark more time to make Ultras. Yeah.
Ultras are on the way.
He needs to kill this base. Good splits here again. Those Baneling hits were not good. He only sent a few of them. Wouldn't mind shots going off here again. ByuN splitting amazing. Trying everything he can to stop this Terran push, but there's not enough Zerg here. Here come the reinforcements. All those barracks he just had, all those tech labs. He's got so many Marauders pushing forward now. This hatchery under attack. Spinecrawler goes down. There's too many medevacs.
Where are the Ultras? They're just popping now. Is it going to save him?
He needs to get good hits off. Transfuse is keeping them alive. Full transfuse, full energy. He's trying to survive here, and he does. He holds the base.
Unbelievable. ByuN's supply just plummets immediately. The Ultras, that was the ticking time bomb. They come out, and now can ByuN even kill him? He doesn't even get the 4th base. That's huge.
He had such a tempo advantage. He had the game won. I called it won. And I would call it one again. If he looks back at this game, if he loses it, he will know he won the game and that he let Dark come back.
If he just pushed right away, he could have at least taken out the 4th base,
easily,
right?
And done more. And now
you would have killed the rest of the army, all the queens. They wouldn't have had the transfuse energy for the Ultras. Maybe the Ultras even die, and you get enough of a momentum advantage.
I see a Ghost Academy in our future. I think we're going late game here, and let's see if ByuN can do it this time. He's going to snipe this base, which is huge. +2 Marines will kill this so quickly. Needs to split, though. Okay, just barely gets...
cancel.
Accidentally Hydras there. He pressed B instead of B there. That's pretty funny, actually not even canceling that, not realizing. It'd be so funny if we get a camera shot of this later and the Hydra Den is finished. StarCraft's hard. People make mistakes. Snipe that Hydra Den! He's gonna snipe it. Alright. He actually should just leave it there.
Yeah.
Because now he can't, if he leaves it, he can't take that base.
There he goes. Okay. Hydralisk Den. Okay.
So this is a bad position to engage. Does not want this.
He needs the queens too.
Yeah. Can you check and see if a Ghost Academy was actually made? Because I don't know.
No.
Okay.
No Ghost Academy yet.
He could still win the game before that. He got a great trade, and now he realizes this is a Hydra Den. The Ultra has to kill
Ultra has to get to work.
Make a gif of that. That's something you don't see very often in this competitive play. Oh, ByuN is a god. How could he possibly have even known? He takes every possibility into account.
It's that pro gamer sense, that ByuN sense, you know? It happened once, and that's the last time he's going to be caught by that.
Yeah. All right. Scans galore here. He's trying to figure out the exact position of this army so that he can fight it off creep, take that win in that fight, win the game without ghosts. He knows his army is larger, but he has to take the right fight. Because it doesn't matter how big your army is, if the Ultras get their right tusk swipes off, then you lose the fight. We saw in that engagement there at the 4th base. And this game is different from the last game because last game Dark had the entire map covered in creep and bases. This game is trying to get there. He's got 2 more hatches on the way. This base will be defended by transfused energy alone, it looks like. He's
so
not
strong.
he's not at the economy he was at last game. So ByuN is in still a solid position. You can look at the supply, you could see it. You could see that he's really relying on these ultras getting good fights for him for the time being to survive until he gets those bases. But when he does, we're in a very similar situation to the last game. So ByuN is trying to surgically remove these bases from the map. You see in the top right, he's going to snipe this base again. This time it's actually a hatchery. And he's able to get half of its hit points down. This is not an engaged Dark can take, though. And this is a great position for ByuN. Liberator's on the high ground. He can start poking at these drones. Oh my god, is he actually going to commit? No way.
Just
he gets
poking.
a few Marauders.
Yeah, just poking. He needs to get the queens over here as well. He's got 6, and I guess he's just going to give up the base.
Dark is so out of money right now. He can't afford to be giving bases up like this. Pretty soon here, he's going to have to take a fight that is, you know, that he wins so hard that he comes back and he can take more bases.
I understand. He was waiting for the Corruptors actually to come out. You know, still a very high number of Marauders on the field to try to deal with these Ultralifts.
Oh, this is such a great trade. I mean, he can't even be throwing wings away right now. He's so low eco. He has so little money. Good kiting here by ByuN. He is on creep, but he can just fall back to the Liberators. Would not even be unhappy to see a fusion core and range for kind of how this map works with these structures and these ramps. And you know, ballistic missiles could be good for that. We're going to see another Ultralist get sniped. This is starting to whittle down his army. This could be the beginning of the end, part 2 here in this game.
The Vipers coming in, trying to get the grabs. They don't get anything. They get 1, but it's not enough. And all the Ultras go down.
And the Corruptors do too. It looks like this will actually be the end of the game here. GG, ByuN takes it. We're going to a game 5.
Oh man.
What a hard-won game there. Oh my god, one of the best games of the season, easily.
Dark really unhappy with that one. Saying some choice words to himself in the booth, and ByuN, he looked like a war-torn hero, like he had seen some stuff. The look in his eyes. We're going to a game 5. This is absolutely insane. The best series we could have hoped for between these two players, and it really is anyone's game. I mean, what is the map that we have left? We saw King Sejong Station first. There's one map in this pool that we haven't seen yet. Frost, right?
I think
it is. That's the one that's left over from the pool.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it's Frost. I got it.
The map list. You are right. So
big map.
Could be another sick tug-of-war game. Does he get the Ultras out? Does he have an economy with them or not? That moment when the Ultras survived on the 4th base, I know every Terran out there is like, oh my god! Ultras are so strong! But if he had taken his advantage earlier and just ran in there, went super aggressive, I think he wins that game immediately. But he didn't realize the lead that he had. He allowed Dark to get those Ultras out and get support for them. The transfuses, we saw, that was really Queen energy. And that's, when you look at a supply of a Zerg army, sometimes think, wow, the Terran has 100 supply, a Zerg has 40, but you're not really taking into account when you look at those numbers the Queen energy, which is basically hidden supply. It allows one Ultra to be 5 Ultras, 6 Ultras, just from energy alone. And it's, you know, it's the supreme late game that we've been seeing in this series. This is the first time, though, with healthy Ultralist counts, ByuN is able to take the win. He controlled that map where he could not control Dusk Towers.
Yeah, I really liked just the pressure from the beginning with that kind of build where you go for the 16 Marines with the stem. You're not going to kill him sometimes if the queens are not grouped, or he doesn't have enough banelings or not enough queens, or he gets out of position. You can win the game off of a push like that. But really, it's just pressure, right? You're going for the follow-up attack, as you were saying, the 1-1 with combat shields where you're trying to hit the 4th base, deny a 5th base over and over, deny the creep. He did all of that, and he was in control from the beginning, whereas in some of the other games, Dark is like totally unpressured. He's like poking the front a little bit. He's like forced into tanks because of roach builds from Dark, and he like doesn't have the same amount of pressure. That first tank push is not that good, and he kind of falls behind. But we saw none of that in that 4th game.